set this guy here equal to 0. Okay, when you solve that, what do you get? Positive 7 over 8. Can it be reduced at all? No. Okay, so just keep in mind you can always reduce it if you can, because it'll make your life a little easier. So n equals 7/8 is going to go inside my box. Then what do I do? I'm looking for my highest exponent, yeah? Which is what? N to the 4th. So I know I need n to the 4th, n to the 3rd, n to the 2nd, n, and then whatever the number is. Writing this up top is going to be particularly helpful for what we do today with this stuff. Okay? So what is my coefficient of n to the 4th? 8. How about n to the 3rd? Negative 87. How about n to the 2nd? 54. N. Negative 50. And my number by itself is 56. How do I start?
You bring down the 8.
Bring down the 8. Good. I feel like sometimes people get through the setup and then they're like, okay, now what do I do? How do you start? Okay. What do I do with that 8? We're going to multiply it by this guy over here, right? This is all multiplying. And multiplying by 7/8, what are the 2 steps you're doing to do that in your head? Divide by 8, multiply by 7. So 8 divided by 8 is 1 because they cancel out, right? Fractions when they cancel become 1. And then times 7 gives you 7. So this guy becomes 7, and what do I do with those 2 numbers? Add them. Good. Make sure you put a little plus sign there so you keep it in your mind, because it's different than the long division, right? What does this give me? Negative 80. Okay? And then what? Yeah. Start all over. So it's negative 80 divided by 8. Negative 10 times 7. Negative 70. And remember, if we we want this to be something that we're going to be able to divide by 8. That should also kind of help you with these guys a little bit. Negative 16, right? That gives me a 10. Yep. Okay. And then same deal. Negative 16 divided by 8. Negative 2. I always like putting that negative there right away so I don't lose it. And then times 7. 14. Okay, what's this give me? Negative 64. Again, a nice number to divide by 8. That's how you know you're kind of doing it right as you go here, right? So negative 64 divided by 8 gives me negative what? It'll be negative 56. And that gives me a 0. So, what's your answer? 8 what? N cubed, because we knock it down 1. And if you want to be real fancy and reduce this, what do you get? What's the GCF for all of them? It's always going to be whatever this number is. Always. Guaranteed. It's a nice guarantee. So what is that nice reduced answer then? N to the 3rd minus 10n squared minus 2n minus 8. And what are the 2 things you can tell me about this? It is a factor. And what's the coordinate that you can tell me? Which is the input, which is the output? Whoa, come on. 7/8? When I input 7/8, I get out 0. Yep. This is always your input. This is always your output. Kind of cool, right? And because it's a 0, right, that means it's crossing my x-axis. Zeros are the x-intercept of functions, right? Which means your y values are going to be 0. Cool? Questions? Awesome.